The Town of Selma Board of Adjustment meeting of August 21st, 2025 is now being called to order. We are meeting in the Selma Jernigan Building at 6 o'clock. The first item is our roll call. Tony Lewis,
Present.
Mark Peterson,
Present.
Sarah McAllister,
Present.
Jennifer Edwards, present. Angela Thomas is absent. The first item is the approval of the agenda, or the second item. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is approved to approve the agenda. Item number 3 is the consent agenda. Item A is the approval of minutes from the 2025-0310 Special Board of Adjustment minutes. Has everyone had a chance to look over those? They're very extensive. I saw, as I mentioned to Dalton, there was one correction on our page 8 of 39. It's actually page 6 of 13 in yours. Down at the very bottom, the sentence, discussion ensued regarding the direction given and purpose of the all should be all the. So with the, with that change, did anyone see anything else? All right, do we have a motion to approve the minutes from that meeting?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those minutes are now approved. We also have minutes from the 2025-0429 special appearance and the Board of Adjustment minutes. Did anyone find anything in looking over those minutes? The only thing I saw was just a small thing on page 16 of 39. It should be different boards. It's plural instead of singular. Do you see that, Dalton?
At the bottom under A,
Mm-hmm.
quasi judicial training. Second.
Okay. Anything else? All right, do we have a motion to approve those minutes with that change?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Those minutes are now approved. I'd also like to take a chance to thank Dalton because those first minutes were very extensive and accuracy was very important, and he did a great job with that. So I'd like to commend him for the great job he did.
Yes, he did.
Item number 4 is the direction from the mayor and council. So Mayor Byron, we'll turn this over to you.
Good evening, Board of Adjustment. Thank you for having me here, Madam Chair, members of the board. We don't have too much direction, so keep adjusting. But beyond that, there is a significant amount of change that we anticipate coming from our state legislature related to planning and zoning ordinances particularly. Our staff is being incredibly agile right now as information is coming out to get ahead of those changes so that we don't find ourselves in a situation where things that we have deemed appropriate retroactively become inappropriate. And that has been an oddly dangerous minefield that we're maneuvering right now. Just to be clear, the state legislature has taken a stance that the rights of private landowners, private property owners are somewhat being squashed by some of the zoning and planning that we currently do. I cannot say that necessarily our municipalities agree. We have sent information into our state legislature to display a lack of agreement with some of the changes that are attempting to be made. But at the end of the day, whatever our state legislature decides is the law of the land for the state of North Carolina. So just bear in mind that as we are making decisions even in this board, that we have to be mindful of what might be coming in the near future, passed as part of mini budgets or with a full budget, God willing, from our state legislature. Otherwise, are there any questions for me? Council, did you have anything else?
We're now going to recognize Council Member Amy Whitley.
Good evening. I wanted to say, first of all, thank you for doing this. I've been on the Board of Adjustments, and I can remember back in the day, we would go an entire year without having anything to look at, any information. And now, in these last few years, the growth, many items coming on your agenda, I just appreciate everything y'all do, and y'all have a good night. Thank you.
And with that, I would also like to thank you for the hard work. Those minutes that you mentioned previously were quite the beast. Dalton, fantastic job. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the hard work. And again, I always mention that volunteerism is dying in our society, and having folks willing to do the job and willing to do it well is a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, I would just like to make a few remarks. I would just like to remind everyone that the Board of Adjustment is again an impartial board. And once we open the public hearing, only people who have a bearing to the case can be sworn in to speak. So just general comments are not allowed. They have to have a bearing on the case. And once the hearing is closed, then no further testimony is allowed. So just to give caution on that. And there are also 4 findings of fact that we must meet, and we have 1 member absent tonight, so that means we must have a unanimous vote. So with that being said, does any member of the board have any reason to, any conflict of interest, or any reason, have they had any ex parte communication with anyone, or any reason to recuse yourself?
None.
No, ma'am.
Okay, we have no one with any conflict of interest. The next item, number 5, is our business items. Number A, we have a variance request for 508 512 South Webb Street. And at this moment, we need to have a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion is approved to open the public hearing. Taylor, would you like to present?
Yes, and I'll get.
And he
Taylor's-
needs to be sworn in.
Yes, and is there anybody else that's gonna be speaking this evening? Okay, I'll just get you guys both sworn in at the same time. Do you have a preference to affirm or use the Bible? Okay, all right, do you affirm that the testimony that you're about to give is the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I affirm.
You guys are-
Okay, so we have a Board of Adjustment consideration for variance for the petitioner here, Caesar Gill. And this is for 508 and 512 South Webb Street. They're on the same parcel. It is 0.357 acres. The root code difference here is that a subdivision needs to have all of the zoning dimensions for the subdivision, and this one does not reach the minimum lot sizes. But it's already non-conforming, and it was previously subdivided, as you see in the staff report. So if you have any questions, just let me know.
What is the, this may have been here, what are the current setbacks from the front? Being the standard is 20 feet,
20 feet, if I'm not mistaken.
you're 20 feet back.
Yeah,
On the
we are,
current.
we are 20 feet now, right?
I didn't think
Yeah,
it was.
yeah. So yeah, Caesar Gill.
And your address,
It's 10 Summerville Court, Clayton, North Carolina.
okay. The reason I ask it, on the table, it has an X that the setbacks on the front do not comply.
I think it's,
Right here,
Well, I'm not too sure, honestly. But you know, our issue was because we do have room for the front, so we can put it to the back. Our issue was the
the
size.
side.
Exactly.
So what is the, how far away are you on the side?
No, actually, as we speak right now, it's right in the property line. It's about, yeah.
So
yeah.
8 feet is required
8
and
feet is
you're
required.
right on the line.
Exactly. So what I'm suggesting is those two houses that are up there, they're in very bad condition. I just want to turn them down and put two new ones there, with a setback of A in each side, AA in both sides. So at least it will have, some space between every single one.
I have a question.
Sure.
Could you, as an alternative, since it's still going to be non-conforming, could you not, recombine that property, make it one lot, and put something in the center,
It will,
and then you would comply?
it will be worth it for me, honestly, as an investor, because I had to be honest,
But it could be done.
could be done.
I mean,
but-
it would meet the requirement.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But also, I don't know if you guys have picture of, what I'm planning to do there. Well, back in the days, probably a couple of years ago, I was able to build the two houses that I want to build here. I did it on Green Street. And I don't know if you guys passed through there. It's a blue house and a red house, ranch. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do there. And it will set the same setback that one they do have now.
So the idea is just to make the two newer houses conform closer to the R10.
But they still don't conform.
Exactly. What I'm trying to do, is like back on the day was the setback was 8 feet. So that's what I want to get, 8 feet. So
Is it currently deeded as one lot or two?
I think it's one lot right
So
now.
it's one lot currently?
Yeah, but before it was two lot. That's what I want to bring it up to.
So therefore, if it's deeded as one lot, it could be, I mean, not as an investment opportunity, but both could be torn down and one could be put in the middle and it would all conform.
Yeah.
It
Without
sort of
variance.
reminds me of the Gherkin case that we,
Mhm. So it would conform without a variance.
Right.
In that situation. And you can put it in a bigger house.
right. Does anyone else have any questions?
So it's two houses on one lot, essentially. One deeded lot, okay.
Sarah, I know you're thinking.
I'm reading, sorry.
Mr. Lewis, I know you're thinking.
Everything in through there is R10.
I do have a question about your petition for variance. On the findings of fact number 4, it reads, the requested variance is consistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance and such that public safety is secured and substantial justice is achieved. And your answer was, this variance divides a parcel that was once already subdivided this way to separate two dwellings from one parcel that is above the density requirements into two non-conforming parcels to have new structures, into two non-conforming parcels to have new structures rebuilt with conforming setbacks and appearance. But if they don't meet the conforming setbacks and appearance, that statement wouldn't be accurate.
You are 100% right on that. But, we already did all the measurements. Actually, I sent a surveyor team over there just to make sure, that it could be done. And like I say, it could be done. It just, unfortunately, you guys changed the zoning to R10. So that is the issue that I'm running here. But, if it would be like,
And you would have to have a new deed prepared.
so yeah. It's when it looks beautiful. It's gonna look better than what it is right now, honestly. As you can see in the picture, those two houses, they're right at the property line. So, what I'm trying to do here is make it at least more, more up to code, more up to zoning.
Right. But our job here is to be fair to everyone, I think, with non-conforming properties
Look at hardships.
and hard, and that, I mean, the fact that you did not want to put one home in the center is, in my feeling, that's your choice, but it could be done.
It could be done, like I said before, but not as an investor. It's not good for me. I've been investing in Selma for more than 10 years now, and yeah, a little bit more than that. And honestly, actually, I just did a house in Water Street, 305 West Water Street, a blue house, if you see it there, and I'm even losing on that house right now because I know it got nothing to do with with you guys and the market, but nobody's buying right now, especially here in Selma. And I'm trusting, my God, hey, everything's gonna be okay. I don't mind. Let me keep investing in Selma, which is what I've been doing for the last 10, 12 years. So I saw that property. I said, hey, I saw the past of the property, how it was. I said, let me try to see if I can just make this thing happen, put two beautiful houses there, and then make this thing look better here. So now if you guys, it's up to you guys,
Does anyone else have questions? Are we still thinking? Mr. Peterson?
Still thinking. It's all right.
When you initially purchased the property, what was your intent?
Exactly as we speak right now.
So in purchasing the property, the hope was to get a variance to be able to split it into two parcels.
Yes, ma'am.
But you were aware there was an issue.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But I also say, how it is right now and what I'm bringing to the table is a lot better for the town. So that's what I thought.
Do you believe we're ready to close the public hearing at this point, or do you,
I don't have any more questions.
do you, Mr. Peterson?
I do not.
Mr. Lewis? No, ma'am. At this point, we need to introduce into evidence any of the, information presented. Do I have a motion to introduce presentations into the evidence?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. So at this point, at this point, this is all you'll be able to say, so if you have anything else to say, now's the time.
No, like I say, whatever you guys think is best, but honestly, I'd rather have the two houses there than having that over there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
At this point, we will close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public hearing is now closed, and we'll go into our discussion.
I see that if the houses were to remain where they are, that would put a hardship on the properties that are next door. Because with the property being next door, those folks only have 8 feet worth of setback. And so then you're only looking at 8 feet between the house that's on the property line versus the home that would be built next to it.
Correct.
So I do see a hardship there for the surrounding property owners.
And I think the other thing to point out is that even though it's not the ideal use, there is still a use of the property. Mr. Peterson, Mr. Lewis?
So use of the property as it exists currently. You're saying.
Yes. I mean, no, it's not ideal for him, but it is still usable. It's not a personal hardship.
These pictures, it seems like it's more than 20 feet setback from the street.
I think he said he really wasn't sure, but Taylor said it was less.
Less? It's here. It's less than 20 feet.
Exactly. We'd have to reopen it for him to testify again. He did testify that he thought it was less than, and it is marked that way on the chart here. So I would have to
It may
think our
be a
chart is
point.
correct.
Just-
Are we ready to proceed with our findings of fact? Are you, Miss Sarah?
Yes.
Now, Megan, I believe, Chip said we could, I guess, re-summarize and say, do we agree or disagree? Since the language is pretty confusing with the findings of fact.
Yes, so you would want to go through them individually.
Right.
And say, you know, whether or not you believe there's a hardship there.
Right.
And then you'll go through all four and then take your vote.
Okay.
But you'll want to vote on each finding.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we, are going to look at the findings of fact now. The first one, we're ready to vote on. Unnecessary hardship would result from the strict application of the ordinance. It shall not be necessary to demonstrate that in the absence of the variance, no reasonable use can be made of the property. Do we agree with that or disagree? Can a reasonable use be made of the property?
Madam Chair, if I may.
Yes.
So the initial finding you're looking at is whether unnecessary hardship results from the strict application of the ordinance. And then the second, sentence is kind of telling you, it shall not be necessary to demonstrate X, Y, and Z. So your initial finding is that first sentence.
Okay. So is there an unnecessary hardship? And you said?
No.
No. Okay. Do we have a second on the no?
Do we vote individually or do we do a motion?
We have to do a motion. Mr. Lewis has made the motion that there is not an unnecessary hardship that would result from the strict application of the ordinance. So we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
No.
Okay, so with that being said, we'll move on to number 2. The hardship results from conditions that are peculiar to the property, such as location, size, or topography. And then it explains hardships resulting from personal circumstances, as well as hardship resulting from conditions that are common to the neighborhood or the general public, may not be the basis for granting a variance. So, yes or no, do we feel the hardship results from conditions that are peculiar to the property, such as location, size, or topography?
I think the answer to that is yes.
I second.
All right, so we have a motion. The hardship does result from conditions peculiar to the property. And Sarah has given a second. Do we have, do we agree? Are we all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
So that carries. Item number 3, the hardship did not result from actions taken by the applicant or the property owner. The act of purchasing property with knowledge that circumstances exist that may justify the granting of a variance shall not be regarded as a self-created hardship. So yes or no, the hardship did not result from actions taken by the applicant or the property owner.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So that one passes. Number 4, the requested variance is consistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance, and such that public safety is secured and substantial justice is achieved. Do we say yes, the requested variance is consistent, or no?
I would say yes, just because I go back to, it would create, a hardship for the neighbors to have those houses.
So wouldn't that be a no?
But this isn't dealing with the neighbors, it's dealing with the property,
Okay.
unfortunately. I think the answer to that is that,
I think the variance is consistent with the spirit and the purpose and the intent such that public safety is secured. So conforming closer to the setbacks would allow for fire to get back there easier, that sort of thing.
All right, do we have a second? If not, the motion fails. So that, I'm assuming, do we have a motion that it does not and is not consistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance?
so moved.
Second? Mr. Lewis? Okay. Am I, Megan, am I allowed to make the second, or? I second that. Okay, all in favor? Aye. Mr. Lewis, which one? Aye. Okay, that motion fails. So at this point, we did not meet the. Yes. 3, yes. Okay, yes, thank you.
Well, the motion passed, but the motion was that,
It
there
did, it
was
was
no-
not consistent.
It was not consistent. The variance not consistent with the spirit
With
and purpose.
that being said,
It failed on two.
the variance would be denied, is that correct, Megan?
Yes, you have to have all 4 of the findings.
And because we have 4 members, it has to be all in agreement.
That's correct, and you'll want to vote in total now that you've gone
Okay.
through each individual.
Okay, so therefore, we, are in agreement that we are in denial of the variance. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sarah, you, aye, or,
Mhm.
okay,
Yeah,
aye.
just say what we went through the findings of fact.
Okay, because we did not meet the findings of fact. So at this point, I guess this is turned back over to planning in the town.
So what I'll do is prepare an order that denies the variance, and it'll, staff will deliver it to the applicant.
Okay,
So what I would recommend as well is doing a motion, to allow you to sign the order and circulate it, to the applicant.
okay, so we need a motion for that.
Yes, so we've got
Okay.
authority for you to sign
Okay.
it.
So do I have a motion to give me the authority to sign the denial for the variance?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Gill.
Sorry, Mr. Gill.
Okay, next on the agenda is the variance request for 300 Graham Street. We have 2025-236, variance 300, Graham Street application, the staff report, the consent form, and the proposal. Any that are here to speak on behalf of that, you must be sworn in.
You've already been sworn in, so you're fine. Do you have a preference between swearing on the Bible and affirming? Okay, do you affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay. And then, do we have a motion to open the hearing? Did I miss that?
No, I hadn't got there.
Okay.
Do we have a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. At this point, Taylor will speak, and then when you speak, we'll need your name and address for the record.
Okay, so this is a Board of Adjustment consideration for variation. We have the petitioner here, Steve McGee, who works for Duncan. And the root of this is that the petitioner is seeking to add an additional sign face to an existing pole sign that is shown in the staff report. They have provided their renders of the additional sign face, and then they have it certified from an engineer to be structurally compliant. Ask that my staff report and supporting document be entered into evidence as testimony, and if you have any questions, let me know.
Yes, there's, it mentions in here about, future considerations for change to the ordinance.
Changing the text amendment.
We offered them one down the road if they wanted to, but they said they were in a time constraint with the deal in Duncan, so they preferred the variance route. So there is nothing
There's nothing,
ongoing with
there's
that
nothing.
right now.
So there's nothing the town has in the plan right now
Not
to
right
do
now,
a
no.
text amendment. I also saw in here that there's a letter from the owner saying it's okay. My feeling is the owner cannot grant permission above a town, if the town's ordinance. Is that correct, Megan? I mean,
Yes, it might just be the property owner saying they're in agreement with.
that
the
they're
proposal.
okay with it,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
That's how I
Still.
took it, is that
Mhm.
they were giving them permission if they had
right.
the variance.
Yeah, the same owner of where the sign lot is, they own that strip, and that's where the Duncan's being built. So while the Duncan is on 300 Graham Street, which is a little down that road, the sign is like at the corner, and it's also owned by the New Dixie Real Estate LLC.
I wonder how many other properties this is going to affect, as we're doing much more growth in that area. Since we're now allowing for just two on a post. Where will we draw the line? Where will we limit it? Will we now say three? Will the town say three? Will we put a limit? Will we just,
Well, I think with the growth, I think then it throws it back to planning and then changing that variance because we haven't seen
right,
that sort of growth.
right. Because I know with Eastfield,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna see some.
Right, yep.
And also what it opens up for them to do is they could put an application, have their own sign put up, which then you've got other pylons there with another sign on it, that kind of clutters things up.
That's what I'm thinking too.
It's more, that becomes an eyesore.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand the intent here, both ways. And Scott Amon is a very good friend of Selma. He's done a lot for us. I have no concerns about, that him and putting his imprimatur on there.
Steve speak
Okay.
now.
Yes, sir.
So
And
I need, what do I need to say? My
Your
name?
address, your
So,
name and address.
Steve McGee, I'm Vice President of Construction for Duncan. Address is 361 Southampton Clubway, St. Augustine, Florida.
Thank you.
Steve, when did that Duncan go up? I was out there at, we had a fundraiser with New Dixie back in Memorial Day, and there was nothing there. I went by there this afternoon because I thought, Duncan's across the street.
So to kind of go back to the beginning of the conversations, so I'm gonna preface this to say that all of this was before I came on board. So I'm just following old emails and old conversations. But one of the conversations when I had with planning was, they talked about the potential to change the code. My owner, or my boss, who's the owner of Duncan, he's adamant that this store won't open without that sign because signage, especially for Duncan and pretty much for every QSR, is critical. And when we talked the time frame about how long it was going to take for the zoning variant, the zoning change, we want to open this thing up next month. That's our plan. And it would probably be into November, maybe later if we went with the, I guess my question is, if we do not get this variance, they do the code change, we can then put the sign up? I get, because that's a question they're gonna ask me, because I know he was adamant on the call today was, we're not opening without that sign. So, again, that's our decision, not yours.
Because I think once you get the code changed, then it's a matter of putting in an application and
Right.
Okay.
then it conforms with the UDO.
Okay, so a little background, when the owner originally purchased this property, one of the options of purchasing it was the ability to get on that high pylon sign. He communicated with the owner, and then who communicated with Hardee's, because we had to have Hardee's sign off as well. We developed a plan that you have somewhere of showing all the elevations. And as far as I know, again, I wasn't there, so I can't speak to this, but everything that I've seen in old emails, nothing was ever, nobody knew about the 2-phase versus 3-phase versus 4-phase. So again, shame on us, but that's, it is what it is. For us, again, it's just, we're trying to open the store. We like the area. We think it's going to be a good addition to Selma. And we're trying to do it in an expedient manner. So all I ask is, again, this is something that I think eventually is going to get changed into code anyway. For us, it's, we want to open the store. We want to get it, going. So that's pretty much all I have to say. So guys, anybody have any questions?
I do not.
Would you break ground on that, just out of curiosity?
Well, we broke ground in July, in June, but we had a 3 or 4 week time that we lost some time to contractors went to another. We're opening 7 of these right now. Unfortunately, we're taking contractors, moving them from place to place, but they have made significant progress over the last 30, 45 days for sure.
Because I drove by there this afternoon, I was shocked to see it.
Yeah.
I thought, what's going to be across the street? Why would you want to
And-
put
and
a
I will
sign
tell you
on this
this.
side of the street when you have the one on the other?
So my project manager there took an approach of, we're going to finish everything inside before we start outside. If you notice, there's not a lot of site work going on, but inside it's almost completely done. So most of the time we finish the site work and then go inside. So again, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But again, we're looking to hopefully open in the next month. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you for
So-
coming to Selma.
Do we
Appreciate
have
that.
a motion to accept his presentation as evidence?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, at this point, we need a motion to close the public hearing, and again,
Madam Chair, if I may, I believe staff may have some
Okay.
additional comments.
all right,
when they
but
get
we will
Ms.
not
Ms.
close.
Carter's.
Has she been sworn in?
I'm gonna get her sworn in
Okay.
right now. Do you swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes.
I do need to clarify from staff side that the conversation regarding the change of code is not to be considered in your decision. That is not something that has been put before council, and staff does not have the ability to change code. I ask that that not be considered in your decision making. Thank you.
Thank you. And that was made by Alexis Carter. All right, at this point, do we have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, discussion?
It's a glitch that this happened, and I apologize that people didn't look at it thoroughly enough. The code is written as it specifies two.
I think this is a result of growing pains.
It is.
Good growing
It
pains.
is. And it's something for us to look at.
Not the
Mhm.
foresight
Mm-hmm.
to accept it.
Yep.
We may need more.
Mm-hmm. Which is exciting.
Mr. Lewis, do you have comments?
No, ma'am.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so now we will go through the findings of fact. Item number 1, unnecessary hardship would result from the strict application of the ordinance. Yes or no?
So moved.
So that's a yes.
Yes. Oh, we had to do these as a motion, sorry.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That motion carries. Item number 2, the hardship results from conditions that are peculiar to the property, such as location, size, or topography. Is that a yes or no? Do we have a motion for yes, the hardship results from conditions that are peculiar, or no?
Yes, the hardships result from the conditions.
So you make
moved.
that in the form of a motion?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So number 2 carries. Number 3, the hardship did not result from actions taken by the applicant or the property owner. Is that a yes or no? Make a motion.
Yes.
You're making a motion?
Excuse me. Did not result. No, it did not result.
Okay.
And second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 4, yes or no, the requested variance is consistent with the spirit, purpose, and intent of the ordinance, and such that public safety is secured and substantial judgment is achieved.
Yes, so moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, at this point, we have, to make a motion on all of the findings of fact. Do we believe that the applicant has succeeded in meeting all of the findings of fact? Do I have a motion that they have?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, your variance is granted. And I need a motion to approve that I may sign off on the variance for the petitioner.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You may proceed.
Let us know when the grand opening is.
Do we get free donuts?
When's our next meeting?
Right.
August, November.
Okay, our, number C, we're moving right along.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item number C, we have our board elections. It's that time again. So we are open to, elections.
I would like to nominate Jennifer Edwards as board chair.
Second.
So sweet. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Sarah.
Nominate, Sarah McAllister as vice chair.
Is that your motion?
That's my motion.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
So we now have the same two, Jennifer Edwards as chair
wait for
and
you to
Sarah
do it.
McAllister as vice chair. We have nothing for closed session, and I guess we can have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Thank you for coming out, everyone.